What's up with it, Polo? Start. Oh, sorry about that. Sports Talking A&T, man. Here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications to get each and every one of my videos. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had something that just took place just now that I had seen. Man, let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, I got some breaking news right now, man, as the Sixers right now, they feel that they're not going to give up on on Simmons. Uh, we feel like, well, they feel, I don't feel like it. The 76ers feel like they are borderline title contender. This is coming from uh, Brian Windhorst, and as well as Chris Mannix, who actually wrote the column for SI.com or SportsIllustrated.com. Um, the Sixers don't feel compelled to act as of yet in terms of Ben Simmons, and for the last few months, according to Windhorst, the club still appears prepared to extend its standoff with Simmons beyond February the 10th. Now, uh, this is a quote, okay? The most recent conversation to opposing teams in trade talks are that not only are the Sixers showing signs that they are willing to keep Ben Simmons past this trade deadline, but they have not given up on Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons reversing his field and playing for this team. He said, so, and this is coming from Brian Windhorst. Look, Ben Simmons playing. Don't be surprised if he comes back. I'm saying if he comes back. Okay. Uh, you know, I feel like this, man. If he comes back, it would be a lot of people that would, people are gonna castrate him, man. People are gonna say stuff. People are gonna come at him. I'm gonna be included in everything, but at the same time, people are willing to move on if you're winning. If he comes back and he starts playing, and let's say he starts playing and they start doing really really good, people are gonna lose sight of what happened. It'll be like a short term memory, so to speak. You know, if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm just like, what are you doing sitting around? You see that other team. Listen, this is gonna take forever. Especially, it has nothing to do primarily with his attitude or any of that. That's a big part of it. People don't want to take the risk of somebody who is not showing strides in the game and somebody who is acting like a diva. Okay, yeah, but the biggest thing is the contract and what they're gonna get in return for that. Philly, they want top caliber players. Like I said before, they don't want mediocre talent coming through that way. So you know they haven't given up on Ben Simmons. I know everybody's thinking like, because I was talking to Memphis this morning and he was like, yeah, until Ben Simmons moves and all this other stuff. Look, that's not really the big problem. We're winning without him. We're winning without him. We won last night, but the only thing I said is, that's why. See, they feel like they're borderline uh, contenders. I feel like we're maybe about three pieces away and not only pieces, but in terms of what we're doing, structure wise, we're we're probably maybe I say around 2 years. And the reason why I say that is because the growth of Maxi is very important, like I talked about before. The growth of the guys that nobody's paying attention to, like the Korkmaz and Thibault, because they were willing to come off Thibault. And to me, you don't want to trade no one like that away, but that's what they want to do. If anything, like I said, go ahead and get rid of Danny Green. That's what you want to get over. Yeah, he has championship experience and everything, but he's older now. He has no mobility anymore, and he's just not the same. I think all those finals and him being everywhere has caught up to him. You know. Now, I think the biggest thing that people want to know is if he comes back, is that going to destroy the chemistry? Is that going to make us? Is that gonna swelter what we got going on, because we're in a good groove right now? And look, yes, I know that we're not beating the best teams or whatever, but as I've said before, and I've told people time and time again, you can't help who's placed in front of you. But I'm not gonna sit here and celebrate Joel Embiid putting up 50 against the Magic. There's no reason to celebrate that, and anybody who's a fan of that, shouldn't. But they haven't given up on Ben Simmons. you know, um, and they're willing to keep Ben Simmons. And they want look, Philly wants to win right now. If I'm Joel Embiid, if I'm Doc Rivers, if I'm Daryl Morey, along with some other players. Now, Danny Green, I just mentioned that, but Danny Green is like one of Ben Simmons' closest guys on the team or whatever, at least from reports. If I'm those guys or whatever, man, look, we are sitting in sitting in there, hashing it out and moving on. See, it's funny that I'm mentioning Doc Rivers right now because Doc Rivers had some issues with KD, with Ray Allen, not KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, uh, but they were able to work that out. They were able to sit down and get on one accord. That's all really that needs to be done. I'm pretty sure that but you'll never be able to change a person. You'll never be able to get in there and control what um what exactly how that person feels. So uh we'll just see we'll see what happens next. Now, in other NBA news, um you know I think that Evan Fournier is very frustrated about what's going on with the Knicks right now. He voiced his concerns, uh, and rightfully so. You have to be concerned, especially when you talk about the Knicks and the Wizards. You have to be concerned about both of those teams or whatever. Because of how they really underachieved. And Evan Fournier is not happy right now, and I don't blame Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier has been he's been doing everything that he can to keep everything solid. You know, um, We know about Andrew Wiggins becoming named an all star starter. Hey, uh, and that's another thing too. I meant to tell you too. While I was on New York too, the Knicks, the Knicks are still open to trading uh, Kimball Walker, Evan Fournier, and Alex Burks. Okay, they've been in conversations this week with several teams. The Knicks have expressed a willingness to trade those some of those players right there. And you see Evan Fournier, as I just said, he's not happy, and this is according to Brian Windhorst. Um, what's key to know is that both Walker, Fournier, as well as Burks, they all received multi-year contracts from the Knicks in the off season. Um, he's been considered available. When we talk about Walker, he's been considered available since he struggled out of the gate, and then he temporarily fell out of the team's rotation. Y'all remember that because of the defensive liability that they said he was. Um, there are also other players that are available and that they're willing to move, like Nerlens Noel and Mitchell Robinson. You know, and this is like I said before, February the 10th. Um, and I know some people probably don't want to hear this, but Julius Randle's name has even came up. Um, you know, people are talking about the drop in his production, and also people are talking about his his relationship. Not only with the media, but also with the fans. Julius Randle, you could look at his body language and you could tell that this guy is not happy. He's not happy there. Doesn't want to doesn't want to show any type of enthusiasm. You know. Um. Now, also, the Spurs have been a big grab for a lot of people. They have been talking about Derek White, and they've been talking about Dejounte Murray. This is according to Zach Lowe of ESPN. Now, White seems to be a more realistic possibility, especially for teams that are looking for backcourt help. But the Spurs haven't really been too active in terms of the trade deadline. And you know, I think like for the Spurs, they're still trying to keep their young core together. They want that team to stay together. I think that the future is bright for San Antonio. You don't quite see it right now. Just like the future might be bright for OKC. You don't quite see it right yet. You don't see what they have brewing. Even Houston, you know, because we got to think. I often think about the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They went through a little time period where they're like, man, who is this and everything, and then all of a sudden you see what the Cavs have done. Um, the Hawks are still trying to get their hands on Jeremy Grant. Uh, they're actually trying to make a deal right now. The Hawks are where it it can include John Collins in the package, And I think that right there, that's a dope to me. That's a dope move. That's a dope move, man. John Collins. I know people don't really look at John Collins as a good player, man. I look at him as a good player. He's real productive. And then Jeremy Grant, like I said, man, the Hawks, him going to the Hawks and him playing with Trey Young, that would be huge. That would be huge, man. Now, um, and also, with the Knicks too, they are they have been getting a lot of calls about Emmanuel quickly. They look, Emmanuel quickly, man, he needs to sprout out. Look, they I know we always are talking about uh Tyrese Maxey. They got to remember, man, they were in the backcourt together, you know, and those guys right there are young, they're feisty, they're quick, they're fast. Um, they're a hybrid, man, and they could get up and down the floor. They could shoot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be lights out like Steph Curry or none of that, but they could still knock down a few. And so them shot, the Knicks moving quickly, that would be good because he needs a lot more playing time. I know there was a couple people, including the brother Wait What, man. He and I felt the same way. Emmanuel quickly does need to, he should be starting. He should be starting, man. Give him some time to develop. Part of development is falling flat on your face. But I don't think that it's going to be a detriment to the team at all. At all. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The Sixers are going to go ahead and they're going to hang on to Ben Simmons. Um, I don't think that Ben Simmons. I don't even think Ben Simmons truly wants to leave. I just think that he's just doing this, just for attention. He's talking about he don't want to be there and all this other stuff. But man, I believe that he misses playing basketball. He misses being out there. We could we could sit up here and act like Ben Simmons is playing the strong, putting on, trying to strong arm and playing tug of war and stuff like that, like he's winning in this battle. He's not winning in this battle. He's not winning in this battle. As a matter of fact, he's losing. Not only he's losing money, but he's losing time off the court. You do need to keep your body in rhythm. And then more importantly, he sees that the team is winning without him. The team is winning without him. Whether we're beating mediocre teams or not, we're still up there and everything. My concern is not the regular season. Like I said, it's the playoffs. You know. Now the big question is too is if Ben Simmons was to come back, how would he fit in jail, and how is Tyrese Maxey gonna take that? Being that he's in that role now. He's considered the primary ball handler. He's the one that's been taking the responsibilities and stuff. How are they gonna feel about that? But they're gonna look at contractual obligation, things of that nature. But if I'm Ben Simmons, like I said, man, I'm coming back. I'm having a sit down. you know, Getting everything out in the open, talking to Daryl Morey, talking to Dot Rivers, and talking to Joel Embiid. Listen, when Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons had first got there, people were talking about trust the process and everything. I didn't think it was going to be a big process. I thought it was going to be, but then that's when they started getting injured. They started getting injured. They started getting hurt. Then you knew, okay, yeah, we are going to have to trust the process because the talent is there. And I know I get on Joel Embiid a lot. He's still an all-world talent and everything. He just has a lot he's got to work on, especially mentally in the playoffs. As much as people want to get on Ben Simmons about his playoff woes and stuff like that, we got to give Joel Embiid the same smoke too as well. You know, the focus is a Larry O'Brien, just like in football. The focus is a Vince Lombardi. You know, it's nothing left. Look, there are guys on that team that could care less about how much they scoring, about how much what their numbers are and all this other stuff. So y'all let me know what you think, man. Leave your comments, like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. I'll get at you later.